I'm going to use the word ghost instead of spirit, but you could think of yourself as being the ghost that is in every machine, meaning machines like this one, machines like this one, machines like all these books and everything. They're machines. They serve a purpose, and the purpose appears to be for this, but really this doesn't get much out of books. Whatever this gets, it gets out of nowhere. What I read in books sets me up to where I can better field this. I'm crazy about books, so I'm not running them down. I'm just saying, let's just recognize that the books are not in themselves knowledge. The books are sort of like knowledge is sort of like iron. Books are sort of like magnets. Pull information into them and then we pull it out. But when I say we, I don't mean these little individuals. That's who seems to do it, and that's who seems to benefit from it. But there's only one thing. There's only the big thing. There's only this thing. There's only awakeness. There's only the universe. So in a way, you could say this whole thing's a joke. I mean, it'd be fair to say it is a joke, but it's not like. But that doesn't mean it. But the person, I remember waking up a guy who was a big time spiritual teacher. I just wasn't awake, and he was certainly more famous than I was. And I woke him up, and he went, "Oh my God, it's just like a big joke." And I said, "Well, it is, but it's not like a jokey joke." And he said, "Yeah, it's just a joke." And I said, "It's an inside job, and you could say it's an inside joke, but don't demean it by saying it's just a joke, because it's the holy joke, the holy smoke. If I see that this is a joke, there's someone seeing that. That's the problem there. It's not what's been said, it's been who said it. And who said that was an outside entity. This is a joke for who? Well, it's a joke for me. So the truth is that with no me, we can call it a joke, but I don't do that with a lot of merriment and la-di-da. But what we really notice is that there's just this. I don't know what this is. I bet you don't either. Do you ever tell yourself the truth about that? That you don't know what this is? That you don't know where this is? Do you ever tell yourself the truth that you don't know who this is? What happens is that seekers go in search of the true nature of these and thinks it's going to find us a soul or something. That's the reason I use the term ghost. Look, we get into souls, we'll be here all day, and we won't have uncovered much. So, what is there for me to learn as I am conscious awakeness? There's only awakeness, but it's not all conscious. The vast majority of the universe is not conscious. There are pencils on my desk, and they can only be made out of, so to speak, consciousness, but they're not conscious awakeness. Conscious awakeness, the difference between conscious awakeness and ordinary life is really none. But if you are conscious awakeness and you don't know it, then your experience will be that you, the quote unquote, the individual is not awake. The problem of the condition of being awake without knowing it, that's what the universe, I mean, an awful lot of it, that's what it is. Conscious, it's awakeness, but it's not conscious awakeness. It's not alive awakeness. It's not dead awakeness. There's no such thing, but it is lifelike. You are the unborn. The unborn, you weren't born, you can't die. Just simple as that. You can't die, but you don't know that you are. You don't know I am. If you do think you know I am, you think you're talking about this. What is he doing chasing I am around in the bushes? It's right here, I am. And everybody thinks I am. Everybody's right, but everybody's thinking about it in the wrong way. Because there's really no individual here. We can either have oneness or not. So oneness, I would say, is there's unconscious awakeness. And then through the miracle of consciousness, I don't know how it works. But I know that consciousness doesn't appear to always be here because I don't have experience all the time. I have experience whenever consciousness is here. And I will think that consciousness is the bridge between me and experience. But the fact is that consciousness is not the bridge between me and experience. Consciousness is me. I am consciousness. And I am beyond consciousness, but I don't know what that means. I'm not even really clear on what consciousness means, so I'm certainly not clear on what beyond it is. But I don't need to know. If I needed to know, I'd know. I drove myself crazy trying to find out stuff I didn't need to know.